So, favorite Halloween costume when you were a kid? Does one stand out? Or top five if we can't do
No,
one?
there's just so many. I mean, as a kid, growing up in the 80s, you didn't have many options. You always had those plastic ones that you would buy,
Oh, yeah.
at Walmart. And I was a Bugs Bunny, so you had
yeah.
like six options. You were either He-Man or Bugs Bunny, and it was just plastic, like a plastic apron. And you were sweating so much, like that mask, you just sweat. It was horrible.
I can still smell it.
Mummies are always easy. You just wrap yourself, easy, but of course, blood. And then, now that I'm older, and now, with my husband, we love doing group things together. And there's a party we host every year called Halloween. It's a charity event. And so we really go all out for that. And one of my favorites that it was a last minute decision. It was the day I'm like, we don't have anything. And we're like, let's just be clowns. And then they got scarier and scarier. So we were these demented clowns that were freaky. I mean, people, if you want to scare somebody, dress up as a clown. People are, wow, it's insane how irrational fears will come out around the clown.
I mean, yes, I will not be looking that one up because I am terrified of not freaking. I don't know.
Is that clown scary? Come on, look at that.
Yeah.
That was really scary.
It's behind me. You didn't have to tell me it was behind me. All right, well, I'm not turning around for the rest of the evening. Thank you for that. You told me a story earlier that I think we need to share with the group here. You told me all about when you and Michael met on Halloween, when you didn't even know that you met on Halloween. Tell us the story. Recap it for us.
Well, we have, it was at this Halloween party that I'm one of the co-ghosts of. And, we're in costumes, so I didn't know who he was, but we had the same best friend circle, but no one had ever introduced us. And there's a picture of us in a mausoleum, and he's on the other side, and that's our first picture together, but again, we never met. The next day, I met him again, or I have a picture with him in another costume, but again, no one really said, hey, this is Lance and this is Michael. So I'm like, all right, and again, I wouldn't have recognized him outside of the costume. 2 months later, I'm in Palm Springs at a birthday party, and I finally see Michael. And I'm like, ooh, who is this guy? And then we hit it off. Of course, I thought he was like the only straight guy in the room. Like, of course, I'm attracted to the only straight guy here. But then he Facebook poached me all the way back. Yeah, remember Facebook?
A few people remember Facebook.
Yeah. And so, all the way home, I got this Facebook, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was that guy. But then we were like best friends for a couple of months before we knew we liked each other. So, yeah. But it all started at Halloween.
What's that? And here we are.
Oh, yeah.
Just the cutest. I love it. So let's talk about book writing for a second. You've done all of the things. I mean, I think probably a lot of us know you from Insane, but other. We're gonna have to cheer for that. But what was it like writing a book? I mean, that's different from getting on stage, right? Over there?
It is. I mean, I've always wanted to write a children's book. I've had this idea for years, even before my kids came, because I just, again, love trick-or-treating, and I wanted to capture the magic of trick-or-treating with a group of your friends. So, I knew I wanted to do this, but it wasn't until I had kids that I knew this is the time. Like, I need to write this book. I really want to dedicate this to them. In fact, this is modeled out to my son, and that's modeled out to my daughter there. And that's, I think, why they like reading a book every night, because they're narcissists and they just want to see themselves like that. Like, my book. And it was so fun to write because, when you're so passionate about a subject, it's easy. And I knew I wanted to rhyme because I'm a musician, so I think people would expect me to, make it very sing-songy. And it's just more fun to read to your kids when you can rhyme it. Then I got with this illustrator, Roland, who was incredible. I looked at all kinds of illustrators, and immediately his art just reminded me of that, Where the Wild Things Are, which is like, that's what I loved as a kid. It gave me that kind of eerie feeling, although it wasn't scary, it just still kind of creeped you out a little bit, and that's what I wanted with this book. I wanted it, it's not a scary book, but just looking at the illustration, you would think it is, and that's what I wanted. This is a gateway book for your kids to enjoy scary Halloween.
Start here, then do the Goosebumps, then Stephen King.
Well, the original ending was a little scarier. I'll discuss that another day, but yeah.
Okay.